And we are live, maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe. Hello. Oh, yes, we are live. I got the notification.
We're live. We did it.
We're live.
Oh, we pulled it off.
Somehow. It took half an hour.
Well, we still don't know if I'm echoing or if the sound's working for all of us yet. So
I don't get it. We'll get some viewers eventually, and then they can tell us.
yeah, I'm gonna try and get a bit of light. There we go. Much better. All right. So first things first, the Great Wall of China. Does everyone know how long it is and how mental that is? Kyle, how long do you think the Great Wall of China is?
Yeah. I'm going to guess 1,400 miles.
Well, me and Omid already discussed this at length, so there's no point in guessing. All right, Kyle, it's longer than that. Have another guess.
3,200 miles.
It's longer than that.
Way longer than that. Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like way longer. Right, okay, 10,000 miles. Longer than that.
It's longer than that.
You're having a laugh.
Mate.
You're having a laugh. 15,000 miles.
Shorter than that.
Don't be silly.
Don't be ridiculous.
13,000 miles.
There you go. It's 13,000 and something miles. How mental is that?
How, imagine building a wall a mile long.
It's not like it's a fence as well. It's like a fat wall.
It's just not quite as impressive if it's the Great Picket Fence of China.
But they made it so fat as well. Like, if I was building a 13,000-mile wall, I would half-arse it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well,
you know?
It's kind of like a castle wall, isn't it? Like, you can stand on it and stuff. Like, they would fight from on top of it. So it's and you can go inside bits of it as well, I think.
13,000-mile wall, how long do you think it took them to build that?
Oh, it was hundreds of years, wasn't it?
You ready for this?
Give me it.
20 years.
Nah.
That's what it says. That's what it says online.
Where are you getting these facts from?
From the Google.
I swear that there were generations of people. Like your grandfather would have been working on the wall, for example.
Oh,
I swear that was the case.
We need to ask Hurricane Yang.
We'll just pretend that's the truth because it's better.
That's what Google says.
That's what every other media outlet does.
Yeah, true. But that's pretty nuts, isn't it? Like, how have they done that? I don't know. It blew my mind reading that. But I tell you what else blew my mind recently. I'm sorry, Omid. I already called Omid to tell Omid these things because he needed to know. But there's this frog, yeah? There's this frog. At night, this frog, it just chills there. It full-on freezes over. Its heart stops, and it's just frozen in ice. The next day, thaws out, hopping around again. It's fine.
Okay.
Blew my mind, that did.
That's crazy. I was climbing last night, and Kojo called me. And bear in mind, we'd had a pretty serious conversation a few hours prior to that. So it was only like 2 hours prior or an hour or something. And he calls me back, and I'm in this climbing centre. And he goes, Omid, we need to talk about... No, what was it you said? Omid, why are people not talking about the Great Wall of China? I was like, fucking hell.
People...
And he went into this long rant about the Great Wall, and then told me about these frogs. And then I dreamed up the idea of me and Kojo going to the Galapagos and having a look at all the animals. That's like a little island, right? Or maybe it's not little, but that's an island, right?
Yeah, and they got a load of crazy animals on it. But yeah, speaking of wonders of the world, how about that Shosei quad swing dub? How about that?
I'm still yet to see it. I might pull it up here for me. I don't know if I can put it on my screen.
It's already complicated enough.
Right, I'm going to watch it for the first time.
Damn, Kyle Skelly reacts. This could get 100k views.
Reaction.
I'll tell you what time it's at. It's around 8 minutes in. No, sorry, 8 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the wrong bit, or you have to watch a guy drink tea for like a minute.
What? Yeah. They're favorite bits. I usually skip all the tricks just to
watch the river.
Yeah.
It's that river.
I do like the river bits.
Oh, well, right, okay. I'm at the bit where he's doing these quad floors, and they're the easiest looking quads.
Yeah, he's messed up.
Oh my god.
So quad, because I was skeptical about whether quad swing quad would be possible a while back, but now I'm thinking 3 years maybe 2 years even.
I think a year.
You think? I mean, definitely the quad trip could happen any time in the next like few months.
Yeah, I think it'll happen really soon. Actually,
I think it'll happen before the year's done.
Probably.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It really is. That's crazy.
It's so weird.
Used like that.
I was watching your I watched a bit of your most recent reacting video, Kyle.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much just like a video of watching Zen and Shosei samplers because
I know
it's so fucked. And when you put all their biggest shit like all next to one another in a video like that, it's so crazy that they probably did all that within the space of like 3 weeks.
Exactly. It's almost annoying because when I go to make those videos, I want it to be like I don't know. I want to use different people, but when I go to sit down and make those videos, I'm like, okay, what are some actual world's first like tricks, like individual feats that haven't been done within tricking, and then maybe feature some other stuff too. But right now, it's really only Shosei and Zen. There isn't, like, 5 years ago, there would be, like, Guth doing a lot of this stuff for the first time, but I feel like there'd be a few other people doing, like, like Tim Farley doing Snatch Cannon, like,
yeah,
unexpected first, like, stuff like that. There isn't really much of that at all right now in tricking. It's all Shosei and Zen.
Yeah.
It's because they're so far ahead in, like, all areas, really. All areas where you can hit world's firsts. Because even with kicks, then the hard bit about kicks is doing it well, not just doing it. So even when it comes to really high rotation or doing multiple kicks in the air, they can do that first as well because they can get round easier than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They've got supple little bodies that mean they can put their legs places that a larger man would have difficulty.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'm liking though is the Frank Vulva or whatever, because that's a really unique world for like just the stuff that he does is kind of new and refreshing, and like he does a lot of the same stuff like in that area, but it seems like he's developing it more, and I don't know where that goes, and I don't know if that has its own stream of people following and doing these weird other double flips, because it seems like whatever he's doing, it's obviously hard, but like it's not as hard as what you would think, because he's like not even that high in the air and he's spinning twice on this axis and doing it splits and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's definitely people that are strong enough to like do it. It's an interesting like other avenue of flips.
Not many people are that way inclined.
It's just getting on that axis.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Like, there's the mental barrier that comes with it as well. But I'm sure there's plenty of people that can, that could do those kind of things. It's just take a little bit of training or whatever. Whereas with what Shosei and Zen are doing, they're just so far ahead that like people, how is anyone going to catch them?
Yeah, that's what I like about like that Frank guy, because it's almost impossible right now. If you're it's a tricker to try and compete with Shosei and Zen at the stuff that they're doing. So first, I don't know, anyone who makes me interested in watching their tricking or flips right now, I'm like, that's really cool and refreshing, and I feel like it's hard to like stand out in the crowd because like it's so Shosei Zen related.
Yeah.
Ethan, who's just doing the most satisfying looking stuff. But like new, different stuff, like
Well,
no, I want to see more of that.
what areas do you think are the least explored? Like, which area do you think has the most potential for someone to take over?
I think I think more double flips within tricking. It's like Shozi and Zen do it, but I would say at this point they're really incorporating their double flips into like a tricking combo. But imagine like 3 or 4 double flips within a tricking combo, and the stuff in between is maybe actually not like a highest level tricking, but there's a flow to it, and some of the double flips are like weird trickery looking things.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Like if you could hit a combo where you do like cart full in to Valdez, back in full out or something, but like with weirder flips. Maybe like the punt. You know when they come out of a round off and then do double side flip. More stuff like that, like aerial front swing Envigado punch, like that double side flip thing. I don't know. There's a lot of double flips that could be done. Yeah, more in tricking combos.
I think stuff like full up and things of that weird kind of nature, because full up hasn't been explored that much, and like Alex Hunter's got some areas that he's covering that no one else is doing. But like if someone else were to like go along that path with their skill set and add it into what Hunter's doing, it would just be so fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and that vein is so interesting to me.
Yeah, Alex Hunter's tricking's really coming together, which is awesome to see. Like what he's going for, this whole doing the giant icy gainer switch and stuff, and the gainer unwind thing with a hook. I don't even know what to call it.
I think there will be someone fairly soon as well. You know how like there's certain trickers that pop up and they have their own niche ability. Like Bailey had his wraps. Shoze had just his twisting and now like swings and stuff like that. And Aka with his double backs. I think there'll be this person that comes up and they have a really easy running double Webster and they'll always combo it.
I could see that.
Who's that dude at Hooked who does like running? Maybe he wasn't at Hooked, but he does like running half in back out or something. This American kid.
He was at Jam Gab. I got a video from him on that. James something.
Like he's really good, and that's almost went like unnoticed in a way. But like I think there'll be someone that like they have this crazy double Webster, and they'll probably start every combo with it, or they'll do it at the end of combos somehow. Like, but we're yet to see that done in like that sort of way.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And if you could do it from like a loser. Like step back into it, swing into double Webster, landed like down stance.
Yeah, a landed version of that. Do you remember Jordan Edwards?
Yeah, he tried it.
He was like that was fucking hype. That was such a weird thing for him to have done, but he just...
Weirdly, I forgot he ever did that. I watched it like somewhat recently, and I was like, damn, like I just forgot that he did that, and that's such a crazy thing to do. Like people aren't doing that now.
Yeah, I've seen a few people like nearly do it, like that. I don't know, one of those black men, the tumbler men, the ones that tumble really fast. I don't know if it was Grace Labaki or the guy that calls himself King of Tumbling, but I forgot what his name is. But
who's the Lub guy?
Not Lub. Yeah, Lub's that little boy.
But is it one of...
Nah, it's like a grown-ass strong man. I think it was the King of Tumbling Man. It's like Facint or something. I don't know. But he did like double Webster from, I think it was from grass to like level sand, and landed like on his heels kind of tucked down and just stumbled a bit backwards. And it was really crazy. And it, like from not from a run-up. It was just like really powerful.
Yo, imagine like a Webster in 360 dive rollout. That'd be...
Dom Hughes could do it.
Yeah, he could.
Dom Lewis.
Dom Hughes, not Dom... Mate, yeah, Dom Lewis already did it, probably.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, Dom Lewis already hit it. He just didn't get it on film.
Yeah, no, word. Back in 2012.
Yeah. Right after his standing double act. But,
oh, it's his birthday today, I think. Is it today or was it yesterday?
I don't know. Happy birthday, Dom. Should we sing happy birthday for Dom?
Happy birthday.
Have we got any comments? Is anyone watching this?
I don't know. I don't like looking on my phone. It freaks me out.
Got Omid, do you have a look? See what the people are saying.
Comments.
Oh.
There's one saying hello, guys. And the other one says hello, going back in time to rewatch it from the beginning.
Oh yeah, you don't want to miss that Great Wall of China content. You don't want to miss a single second of that.
Yeah, I guess the live started off on a weird note. Actually, we were talking about wonders of the world. The people need to know. They need to hear about these things because
we've had consistent viewers, so they haven't dropped off because of it, which is good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on that. Well, what other hot topics should we cover?
There aren't many, really.
We could talk at length about blue-footed boobies if you want.
Oh, start with the blue-footed booby. It's always bringing up. See, I drop hot facts on like frogs that are freezing at night and then coming back to life. And Omid keeps going on about this bird with blue feet. Streams, bringing it up, showing pictures on screen of this bird all the time to the people.
Sounds familiar. Like I feel like you've definitely told me about that.
I sent it to you, I guarantee. There's no doubt. I think I sent it to most people I know.
Bloody blue-footed.
Did I tell you about when I called a girl on Tinder? I said she was absolutely magnificent, like a bird of prey.
More Tinder-based videos coming soon from Omid.
Yeah.
You're the Tinder guy.
Imagine that's your reputation. You go to gatherings, and it's like, hey, is that Tinder tricker guy?
Nah, I'm going to be very careful not to overdo it.
Tinder tricker. Tinder-sponsored athlete.
Hey, I was saying in that video when I was in Scotland that I want the Plenty of Fish hookup.
You just have Plenty of Fish-themed merch.
And my promo code is going to be Condomid.
Oh, awful. But yeah, if you're watching live, let us know in the comments if you have any questions for Mr. Plan Zero. What we have him here about what he's doing. What are you doing?
Answer them. Might not.
Got a little knife there?
Yeah.
You been cutting?
Yeah.
Cut the Kyle.
No cutting jokes. You gotta be careful with knives, so we'll put that away. Next guy. Man, I don't know. I'm so cautious about being live. Don't want to be too controversial.
Well, the good thing is that no one watches.
Yeah,
that's the best part. That's the best part of the Omid and Kojo show. How no one watches it. It means we can just say whatever.
The problem is sometimes we upload the same video twice.
Oh yeah.
And they're the best videos that we do make.
Yeah, we've been having all kinds of technical issues, Kyle. The other day we did have the best talk. It got really serious and deep. It was the best talk we'd ever had. And then Omid calls me afterwards and he's like, "It's gone." It's just deleted. Yeah.
It was a nightmare. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of podcasts where they're doing it like remotely, like they're both separate and it's like a video call, and it looks so smooth, so professional, so well done. How are they doing that?
Well, yeah, I guess you need really good internet. But we've been thinking we might make this one. We could make this one a lot better if we get like the right connectors. Like I could set up my camera and mic, so I have my camera and mic filming me instead of just a webcam and laptop mic. So if we get these wires, we could make it way better.
Just on a side note as well, Kyle, you were on camera then.
I was jokingly.
Literally just like here and just like.
It's for my asthma. My inhaler.
Just puffing on it. Oh.
I'm very wheezy.
Wheezy F, baby.
Wheezy Kyle. So, after 5 years of Hooked, no more Hooked. Well, not this year anyway.
Yeah.
How
Goodbye forever.
passed away from COVID.
It's kind of nice in a way, the big five.
Yeah.
I mean, preferably, I'm sure they would rather have done the six, but like, I've been to every single one, and the last one, I almost didn't want to go just to know what it was like to not go to Hooked. Like, for me, like, it's one of the best gatherings, but it's quite samey. You know what to expect now when you go to Hooked. And I don't know, I was kind of maybe not going to go, and then when it came closer to the time, I was like, I just don't want to miss out. I want to film. And I actually barely filmed. I was kind of there as a, like, on holiday sort of thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have. It's nice to have an excuse to actually miss Hooked for a year. I think it'll be a nice refresh when it does go back.
Yeah. It means, because I was feeling the same, and it's like, it means you can really be looking forward to them. I think just gatherings in general, like, because I was kind of feeling like I needed a break from gatherings before any of this happened, though I was going to go to them anyway. But I think it's quite good for like your overall enjoyment of them, because then you can like really want to go instead of it just being something you just go to for the sake of it.
Well, it's actually quite hard for me anyway to not go to gatherings, and there's actually a lot of times where I am a bit sick of just going to gatherings, and like especially some of the smaller ones where it's like, I don't know, like I just kind of know what to expect now, like, and I'm almost just kind of numb to it and used to it. But it's so hard to turn them down because like made it into like a business as well. It's like it's become a smart business move for me to just be at these gatherings. And like there's very, very few gatherings that I have been to where I've been like, I regret coming. There is actually probably like one or two, but I'm definitely not going to name them, and I can't even think which ones they are. But like that's usually not the case, you know.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, it was nice to be out the house, you know. Country,
Off the streets.
Yeah. For anyone who's not going to be understanding that as well, like why wouldn't you want to just be at gatherings all the time? Remember, Kyle's been going to gatherings for over 10 years now.
Yeah,
Like, that's pretty crazy when you think about it. 10 years of going to all these gatherings.
I don't know.
10 years.
I don't know which trigger's been to the most gatherings, and I don't necessarily think it's me, but I think myself and probably you guys as well. We're like top 10, like have been to the most gatherings, you know, like in numbers.
We have been to a lot. I wonder how many Mateo's been. I feel like Mateo's always there. Who else? What
was your guys' first gathering?
Our first, my first gathering was Genetrix, the one that was in the winter. I think you were there, Kyle, but Omid wasn't. It was 2012 or 2011. Yeah, I think 2011, just before Omid started.
I don't think I went. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Feel like I never went to winter Genetrix. It was always summer ones.
Yeah.
My first one was the X-Sweat tour in Leicester. That was a pretty crazy gathering. I saw Sando for the first time and Bozzy, and it just changed my life forever.
You would have seen a lot of really good trickers for the first time.
Yeah, but most of them weren't even tricking, really.
Scott Skelton was there, but...
Yeah, Scott Skelton was there, and he was just not doing any flips.
And I bet a young Omid couldn't understand it. Like,
I didn't.
We get it. I would understand that. But I bet a young Omid's like, everyone's lazy.
Yeah. I was just doing my flips for like 9 hours every day. Yeah. Oh, that's where I met my first arch nemesis. He was nasty to me.
Go on, tell the tale of your arch nemesis, Omid's gathering rival.
my first arch nemesis, and I've had plenty. My first tricking arch nemesis was a young boy from up north in the UK called Max McCarthy, and he was nasty to me because he could double core and I couldn't double core, but I could double full and he couldn't double full, and he laughed at me trying double core, or I don't know, I was doing something, and he was telling Jam, one of our friends from Birmingham, about how I was ass, and I was like, and then Jam told me, and he thought it was hilarious, and I was really hurt, and so I just glared at him for the rest of the gathering.
I don't know this kid. I don't think.
At one point, he was doing J-Step dub, kind of similar to like Drew Donnelly for the time.
See, this is us seeing the past with the way we saw it then. Like, we were thinking then, like, oh, he's so good at double cork. I bet if we saw a video of how it actually was, it was like, okay-ish double cork.
Yeah,
he could just land it.
But yeah, that was my first tricking arch nemesis.
It's crazy how, just because trickers are so good now, well, the Japanese mainly, just how it shifts your perspective on tricking as a whole. Like, I feel like there's a lot of trickers where I used to be way more impressed, but obviously as the benchmark gets higher and higher, it's weird to see who stops being impressive and who carries on being impressive. Like, Razmusot's still really impressive, even though, like, the level's gotten higher and higher just because of the combos and the way he does stuff, but other people, not so much.
One thing I've noticed with all is his videos have good return value to me, and it's a bit about the tricks, but mostly it's kind of just not about the tricks. That he just made like pleasant packaged samplers, and I think, like, to me personally, like, I think like is a great tricker and he's done great stuff, but if you take that same tricker and that same combo and you put it in a badly lit gym,
static camera,
I wouldn't be returning back to watch it. It's like nearly as often, or maybe at all, and it's, I don't know, like, that's a really cool thing that he's done, because it's like, you know, his combo is like the art, but he just packaged it so well.
That is
and I
true.
think that's like why he did so well. And he does stuff that like people don't do now.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good. I think the music has had such an enormous impact on it as well. Like, obviously the package, the whole package, but the music to me, like, when I think of Razmusot, I think of like 4, 5, 6 different songs, and all of those songs, that I've had periods of my life where there's not a single day where I don't play those songs, just because they're such, I don't know, they're so fitting, and it's just great music as well.
Yeah. And springing around on the grass. But yeah, I think Alex Hunter's a really good one for like keeping value, because there's not that many trickers that you can watch and they might do something you've never seen before. Like, you've never seen anyone do. Just because Shosei and Zen are so far ahead, in most avenues, you can't really watch anyone else and see something brand new, for the most part. But Alex Hunter, it's like nearly every video you're seeing brand new things, because he's gone so far down, like, his path, not just the path that everyone else is on.
I think to really appreciate Alex Hunter as well, you've got to know what you're looking at. Because, you know, I feel like if I showed like, he'll post on his story or in a post, and it'll be all, like, different types of rays, like his head's in different places, and he's bending, you know, like, there's very different variations between them, and to us, each individual one is really interesting. If I showed, you know, if you don't know what you're looking at, you show it to someone who doesn't really know, it might all look like the same sort of thing. It'll definitely look cool.
True.
But it's like, there's something which is really cool about Alex Hunter, is like the more you know about tricking, the even better it gets to you. And there's actually like people who it goes the other way. You know, if you look back to like Urban Ninja, before you know what flips are, you think that's really, really cool, and then you get good at flips and it's not as cool. Alex Hunter gets cooler the more you know. And not many people have that, I don't think.
I do agree with that, but I think just because of the way that he can move his body and the shapes that he creates in the air, I still think a lot of the shit that he does would be more impressive to somebody who doesn't know anything about tricks. Like, not all of the different intricacies. Like, if, let's say he's got 9 clips and 3 of them, three of them are a slightly different variation of raise, and then 2 of them are slightly different full back handsprings. I think if you took one of each of those and showed it to someone who didn't know what they were looking at all, I think they'd still be more impressed with that than a quad, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think, like, they wouldn't be impressed at all. It's just, like, it's cool that, like, the more you know, like, you just appreciate it more. Like, the intricacies of it, like, the different one, it's, like, it looks incredible, like...
Yeah, I feel you. Where do you want to take your tricks, Carl? Because I know for me, with what Kojo was saying about how it's not very often that you'll watch somebody and they'll do something that you've never seen before. That's kind of the route that I've been trying to keep going down. I never want anyone to know what the fuck I'm going to do. And I want that from myself even. Like, when I do the combo, I'm like, what can I put in here that's going to flow, but in a slightly different way, and also surprise myself? And it's not just like a super linear combo. I want to move away from any kind of linear combo structure. But what about yourself?
For me, actually, you kind of just made me realize, but, like, I'm totally past the point of, trying to be the best. I still want to be really good and further my overall level, but, like, just for the fun of it, for the fun of the progression side, like, there's absolutely no one I'm looking around me and it's like, oh, they can do that, so I want to do that because I want to be better than them at that. Like, I don't have that at all. But now I just want to do combos that people will look at and just be like, that looks fun. And so, you get those little gifs of, like, those satisfaction gifs, and it'll be a ball rolling into a little saw blade, and that'll go and it'll loop around. And they're just like, there's something about the movie, like, there's just satisfaction. I like that feeling, but, like, in trick and clip. So you get it a lot from Ethan Turner, where he'll just come out of a combo, and he's gonna do Snafu, and, like, sometimes Snafu, like, he'll be really weak, but, like, he'll hit it in such a way, and he'll land so upright, and you can just tell how good it felt.
Yeah.
Just how satisfying the whole package thing is. But even with easy stuff, so created concepts to, like, sort of do that, and, like, to play around with that sort of thing, because it makes tricking fun for me. It makes it less intensive on your body because you're not doing really jarring stuff as much. And that's where I want to go. And I don't know, like, that's where I want to take it, but more so, like, for me, it's like, if it's not really satisfying for loads of people, I genuinely don't care, like, too much. But that's, like, that brings, like, the real enjoyment into tricking for me and keeps it fun, because I'm definitely at the point now where I spend a lot of time, like, just going to the gym and get my body good, but, like, if I'm constantly fighting with trying to get back, like, my old power level, I'll quit. Like, at this point, like, I'm over it. Like, it's too hard, and maybe I will reach that point at some point, but, like, I'm kind of gone a different route, and I'm just going to keep doing that and keep having fun with it. And then, you always anyway, where you are just like, I want to do dub because I haven't done it in a while, and you'll spend some time on it just to do it, to prove to yourself, whatever, but that's not the focus anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the natural progression. Like, there's lots of different ways of branching off, but it seems like most trickers who want to keep doing it end up going more down that kind of route, because it's like you can, I don't know, you fight in a losing battle if you're always chasing power. Like, I like doing some power tricks, but what I do is I just try and be really power tricks, because then I'm so good at them that it doesn't take too much, it's like not too much impact on my body. But like, if I was trying to do all the power tricks, then it'd be messing me up because I'd have to train it all the time. But when you're only doing a few, then you don't need to train them that much to be on top of them. But
it's definitely nice to have, like you said, like a few power like ready to go whenever. And I find a lot of the time, like, they come out, it's just when, I don't know, no, it's not like an ego thing, but it's more so just want to join in with the fun. Like, if you're at a gathering, you might choose to do double cork or triple full at the end of a combo when, you know, if you're training by yourself, you don't care. You don't, but like, you know, it's less of an ego thing, but more of just like everyone else is doing that stuff. You want to kind of do your bit of that too and see if you can as well.
Do you think tricking by yourself helped you with that? Like, because of the lockdown and because of being forced to trick by yourself, do you feel like it makes that easier to do?
It makes it easier to do, but almost in a way like too easy. Because there's sometimes where I'll go trick, and because I'm by myself, like I'll be like, I really don't feel good. I'll just do some real light tricks or whatever, and then I'll go back. But just say if I was there with one of you guys, I'd maybe be having the exact same session, but I would see you doing something, and I'd go, oh, like that looks kind of fun, and then I'd actually maybe go down that route, and that would turn into like a whole different sort of session. You don't get that sort of exploration when you're by yourself, like the inspiration from around you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I guess it's more of like because for me, the power shit is more of a satisfaction thing now, because there's no two ways about it. Like, I don't know, stomping a touchdown raise punch trick and just landing, the satisfaction I get from that, or like when I was landing triple corks before, it was just like, it's just such a fulfilling feeling when I hit it that it's kind of like I just want to feel that again. But the reality is I'm in no rush because I realise the detriment that it can have on my body and the longevity that I want to have with training, that I can't be just throwing that kind of shit. And I know it's going to take me a little bit of time to build up. And again, I'm in the long game now as opposed to the timed game. And pressure off is really helpful because otherwise I'd just end up getting too injured and continually getting injured to the point where I'm like, I can't keep up with this. But it would have been through my own doing. So if you approach it in a smarter way, then yeah, you're going to get the results you're after a lot of the time.
I mean, that's something that I think I want to change, because I recently had, I haven't talked to you about this one, Kyle, but I had a really weird injury, and the muscle kind of on the inside of my thigh, like near my knee, because I was doing a swing 9 double hyper, took off great. It was like one of the best ones I'd ever done. I was chill, didn't force it, in control the whole time. And when I swiped over my leg, it just felt like my muscle just went like that and like pulled off. It was really weird. Like, I took off fine. You see the video, it's like really controlled and easy. And I don't know. And it just got injured from nothing at all. And because of that, it's made me think, like, even if you don't fall on anything, because I don't really fall bad or anything. I'm in control of everything I do, and I build up slowly, but I still keep getting injuries. And I think it's mainly from just tricking too much. So I might just be stricter with that and maybe just trick like 2 or 3 times max a week.
Yeah, when did that happen?
Like a week ago, and it feels really weird. Like, sometimes, have you had injuries where you'd rather it just hurts than feels like wrong? Because if it hurt, then I'd be like, okay, this muscle's pulled, I'll rest this muscle or massage it and stuff. But it's like that whole bit around my knee and leg just feels weird. It feels like if I put loads of force in, I'd rip my leg, which isn't good, is it?
That's not ideal. My right hamstring is still kind of sore since London. I've tricked on it a few times. And then I was at P2 today where I was doing some stuff, and it's like my left hamstring is like, it's far from like perfect, but it feels better than my right hamstring right now. And that was such a minor thing, and that's a real like old man slow recovery deal, because a young Kyle would have felt better than ever the next day. An old Kyle was like feeling it like, when were we in London? 3 weeks ago or something?
Oh,
it was fine. Just on like gear scissor. And I've been doing so much with it as well, like just trying to make sure it's really good. And it's not too bad. It's not even at the point where I would say it's injured, but like it's a little more fragile, and I feel it, and I'm like, just go away.
Yeah.
I
just got to get that real slow and steady approach now. We all do, but that doesn't mean you can't still do cool things. Like if you look at Alex Hunter.
You know, I went to a total workout gym class yesterday.
Oh damn! Okay.
It was me, 20 women, and one other old guy at the back.
One other old guy.
So Lucy's been going to these classes for a few weeks now, and I've never went to one because I always kind of have my own sort of agenda of what I'm trying to do in the gym. But I was like, oh, you know what? I'll try it. I'll do it. Started this class. I was already feeling a bit tired, and about 5 minutes in, we just kind of got warmed up. And you know when you have those days when you're working out and your body is just dead, you're like, you're just going to force yourself through it. Well, I had that, but I was in a class with all these women who were dealing with it totally fine, and I was like, if I could just disappear and tap out right now, I would remove myself from the room. But I'm right at the front. I was right at the front, and I'm right beside this woman, and I'm like, okay, I'm here until the end. 5 minutes in, I was almost done, and it was a 5-minute class. Hated it.
I love that.
But I made it through the class, and I will not be going to another one. Maybe, I don't know.
It might be easier next time.
Yeah, but like, it put into perspective just how, like, you know, you can have someone who's really fit, but they'll actually be really unfit in certain areas. There's very few people that are fit across the board, you know, even in like athletes, like, and when it comes to that sort of enduring, like cardio-muscular endurance, like just long form sort of stuff, I'm bad. But training it would improve your tricks. It would improve your just durability at the session and all that. But I don't know.
Well, it's funny you mentioning this kind of endurance shit because besides all the wounds and the swollen knee, when I did my big cycle, I feel like so much better now. The rest of my body feels amazing. If I hadn't have like come crashing off my bike, I feel on top of the world. And like both my adductors feel absolutely amazing. I'm almost at the point where, I mean, I couldn't really do tricks now because of the minor swelling I've got on my knee. But like, I feel like maybe I shouldn't even trick just yet because I don't want to do some tricks and then just realize that, oh, you are still injured. It's still fucked. Because I'm really enjoying not having to like lift my own leg with my hands out of the car when I'm getting out.
It's so nice when a few years ago I don't know why really, but I was just before I had a gym to train in. I was just grass tricking all the time. I think it was winter, and I was just kind of injured, and I was like, I'm done with tricks. I even told Sean like at the time, like way before the garrison, I was like I just don't want to trick anymore. And I didn't even think about tricking. I didn't watch tricking. I didn't do anything to help my body for when I get back to tricking. I didn't even think about it. I was like, I might not do it anymore. And in those 3 weeks, maybe like the last week, I felt so good. I felt like, actually, I felt good in like the sort of pain-free way. I felt kind of weak and just lazy, I guess, because doing whatever at the time, but it was so nice to just not get out of bed and be like, ooh.
Yeah, every day.
What about pain?
I'm a big fan. Even when I'm rested now, I feel like if I don't rest for like 5 days, those 4 days, even after resting, my body just hurts. And then it's on like the 5th day, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you get used to the pain when you put your body through it enough.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely easier when you're younger as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need a break, but there's not that much to do. I'm in Portugal by myself, aren't I? So.
How have you been spending your time in Portugal? I don't know if you guys have talked about this.
Not really. I didn't. I've been doing a lot of work. To be fair, I've also been walking the earth again. You know. I like to walk the earth. Yeah, I've been scooting around as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I keep walking to places, and then I walk to different parks. And every time I walk there, I walk a different route. And every time I walk back, I walk another route. So I'm kind of building up a map in my head of the whole city. That's one of my little side goals. I'm trying to know my way around everywhere. Because it's not that big. So you can kind of walk around all of it. I was training and having a great time. Training right in front of the sea. Loving it. But then my leg got injured from nothing at all. So... So yeah, that's mainly it. I've just been about.
You speaking about building that map? Did you guys ever hear about that kid that was in LA with his family, and because he played San Andreas so much, he kind of knew his way around? I don't know if this is like a real thing, but I heard about this when I was way younger, and I think the map in GTA was so similar to LA that they got lost, and then they ended up getting back to where they needed to be because this kid knew where he was going, kind of. You talking about building that map just reminded me of it. Can someone fact check that?
Well, I seen a similar story. A little kid, like maybe young teenager, or like 11, 12. I'm just throwing a number out there. He was kind of young. His sister, I think they lived in Canada, and his sister got attacked by a bear. A bear came up to his sister, right? And his World of Warcraft knowledge, his World of Warcraft, kind of told him what to do. So he would taunt the bear, which is to pull aggro from the bear. So he went up to it and went ah, and then the bear went off of his sister on him. His sister runs to the house. And then he used a very famous hunter ability, Feign Death, where you pretend you're deaf to give yourself passive aggro, and the bear left him alone. And that's literally a World of Warcraft saved that kid's life.
Don't believe it.
Yeah, it might not be true, and it might not have been a bear, it might have been a moose, but the story...
I really hope to God that it was a moose. Yo, okay, when I was in Colorado, right, the last time I was there, it was only, I think it was a week or two after this guy had came lion with his bare hands.
I heard about that.
I was I was at a ridge, and I found this out just as we got to the top. I was sat at the top of this glacier with Rudy Meadows, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you see just over there, there's that's where that guy killed a mountain lion with his bare hands." I was like, "You're fucking kidding me! There's mountain lions up here, and I'm up here in a pair of Vans. Jesus. I'm in knee-deep snow in a pair of Vans, and there's big predators running around."
I don't know, how big are mountain lions? They're not regular sized lions, are they?
I think they're a bit smaller, but they can definitely mess someone up.
Yeah.
But I found that story, and there was articles about it, and it was a baby mountain lion.
Yeah, no, I did hear about that, but still.
But to me, I'm it's still a mountain lion. I don't know. I don't know how big a baby mountain lion is. I doubt that it was this size.
It wasn't a cat, yeah.
It's the little cat that he just kicks in the face.
It's this little kitten, he's punching it in the head.
It's flashing its head with a giving it a fucking knocking. But when I got back down, I looked online, and baby mountain lions. Well, the age in which they were saying it would have been, it's a fucking pretty big thing to be coming at you.
If it was attacking him, then it must be if it's big enough to attack him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, honestly, if a dog can score you they can kill you, actually. Dogs can kill you.
Yeah.
So even if it's just even if it was the same size as the dog, it's a mountain lion. I'm guessing they're more lean and sharper, probably.
And they got got claws, sharp
Yeah.
teeth.
Fucking heavy, muscly things as well.
I wouldn't want to fight one.
Yeah, but that kind of
Nah.
shit. That kind of shit's.
Yeah, so Kyle, the question on the tips of everyone's tongue: if you were gonna get killed, would you rather be killed by a lion or a bear?
Yeah. Oh wait, a lion or a bear?
Yeah, which one? You're facing one in an arena, 1-on-1,
Well,
fully grown.
You know what I said?
Or it's definitely gonna kill you.
Well, you know what I've said about lion cages. Put me in an arena with a lion.
Kyle seems to think he would just kind of talk his way out of it. He would take the lion.
No, I wouldn't harm the lion, and the lion wouldn't harm me. We'd go to the arena, and we'd get some kind of synchronized dance on the go. We'd be circling each other, kind of feeling it out, like just kind of catching each other's vibe. And I think, well, I don't know, who's setting up this arena? Does someone have to die?
No one has to die. It's like, it depends what you're feeling like. If the lion's like, if he wants it, or maybe you want to kill the lion. Maybe you've had a bad morning. I don't know.
I'd probably become mates with a lion, and we talk it out about who was gonna offer themselves to be killed.
All right.
And if I had to kill it, I'd go behind it and I'd put it in a chokehold, bringing it to ear as I'm like strangling it. I'd be like, shh, 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 shh. It's gonna be okay.
I'm so sorry.
So yeah, we choose that because you can't become friends with a bear. Doesn't happen. These people that get pet bears and then they get bitten by them after. Like,
yeah, but the same thing happens with lions and tigers and shit.
I'll tell that to Tiger King.
Have you seen the photo by the tiger?
Yeah, and she's fine. She loved it.
She's not fine. She got murdered in front of her whole family.
Oh no.
She talks highly of the whole.
What do you mean?
Wait, who are you on about?
There was some woman, I don't know, somewhere where the camera quality is dreadful, and she just got snatched up and dragged into the cage, and then she was gone, and she was killed.
On Tiger King?
No.
Oh right, I thought you were on about the chick that got her arm ripped off in Tiger.
No.
We've got a question from the audience here, Carl. If you're attacked by, what trick do you use on it? If you had to use a trick to defend yourself, would you Envigado, like stomp on its back? Start doing pop falls. You just start doing.
Witnessing that from just a small distance away.
He's just like, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know, but I've thought about this exact thing before. Like people talk about like if you like scream at it or stand your ground. Maybe not an elephant, but like an animal. If you like stand your ground,
yeah,
they'll get scared and go away. I've thought about that, but like with a trick, like that sort of scenario. I don't know. It would have to be quite a full hyper hook. Not even at it, but like in front of it, and I'd scream the whole time, and hopefully it would think it was cool, or it would be scary.
Think if a medium-sized mountain lion was just running straight at you, you've got a couple you. It might not be that bad a move to like do a Webster, because then as it comes at you, like you do a Webster 2-foot kick. Because what else are you gonna do? You're not gonna stop it with your hands. It's jumping at you like that. Your only chance. That like I feel like if I was in that situation, maybe go for that. Because what the fuck else are you gonna do? Just think Webster, both kick it in its mouth.
I do. What is that Rey Mysterio wrestling move? 619.
Oh yeah, you do. You run against. You bounce off a bush and then you knuckle shuffle. You're like,
God.
More questions?
What did you say?
Is there any more questions? I don't even want to. I don't want to look at the chat. I don't like seeing myself on the screen.
That's a really important thing to bring up today.
Go on.
Have you guys ever seen Ross Kemp in the
Yeah.
Some of it.
I've seen him
Have you
getting
seen it
shook.
Have you seen it when he's at gunpoint?
Where was it? Was it
In Papua New Guinea.
I don't think so.
I watched it for the first time today. It's crazy.
Is he really scared? I love how scared he gets.
Well, scared, but also he was like moving the gun away and going, "What? Are you gonna kill me? What? Are you gonna kill me?" And he just kept going, "Are you gonna fucking kill me? No one's gonna kill me." It was fucking mental. I was like,
God.
"What is going on here?" But apparently, it was some kind of a test to see if they could rob him. I don't know. It's all a bit mental, but
Stacey Dooley in there, she'd be fine. Stace does not give. She'll go ahead. She'll go to like I don't know. I can imagine her with a KGB agent in Russia. She's like, and how do you think the journalists feel? You silence. They have a right to an opinion. Her with Putin.
oh my god, that'd be great.
Oh.
Her with some kind of lord, some drug lord,
some warlord in Africa.
Oh yeah. She's like, how do you think the children feel?
She finds Coney. Remember Coney? Remember when the whole world came?
Coney 2012.
Coney 2012.
Weird time.
He got his COVID. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I keep calling it COVID. Crazy because I forget that it's something else.
Nah, some people do call it COVID. I've heard people on the television, English people, call it COVID, just straight up. That's just how they say it. Some people say it like that.
That's so funny.
They do, yeah. Like posh people say it like that. It's weird.
Yeah, people have been looking at me crazy calling it COVID. Like all kinds of crazy because like it's one of those things where they're not going to correct me because no one really knows. But it also doesn't sound right because I just say it with a completely straight face, and I think it's so funny that I call it COVID.
The bloody COVID.
Yeah, just carry on with the conversation.
You should call it Corvid.
Isn't that what what's his name calls it?
That's what.
That's the one. Yeah.
Corvid.
What you got there, Carl? Got you some little rum and coke, have you?
There's no rum in it.
You dirty alky.
I'm clean.
He says otherwise.
Sober for 15 years.
I mean, speaking of complexions, Omid's looking the same colour as me right now. I don't know if it's just.
I look more Moroccan than ever. I was cycling in the sun.
Damn, you're gonna start dealing camels soon.
Nah.
You know, you open a little stable.
I'm in the mood for some rugs, bro. I told you, my next venture, I'm gonna start rocking up to gatherings with like £4,000 rugs.
You're like, buy Sapati rugs.
A blind Iranian woman weaving a rug by hand while I bring all the other rugs in on camels. It's going to be a great time.
She doesn't speak a word of English. She's by the side of the floor sorting out your rugs.
She's crying.
Really frantically doing it. She's like for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Covered some important topics today. I'm glad we finally talked about the Great Wall because that doesn't come up nearly enough. And as well, talked about that. Lions, all sorts. Good chat.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you got a baby on the way?
Definitely no babies. We're getting married. We're not.
we're having twins. I'm only joking.
I don't know. I don't have any announcements really. Just everyone keep on keeping on.
Yeah, stay safe out there, people. Look after yourselves. Watch out for the COVID.
Don't let the COVID get you.
Yeah, make sure you're home by 10 p.m. Yeah.
Oh boy, COVID's gonna get you.
All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Subscribe, maybe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.